Hey guys, so today I want to show you my Fluffal list for this format. It's not the ideal list, it's not a very concise list. It does need a little more testing, but I feel that is a decent sort of level to get in at the deck and use it as like a skeleton for how you want to change the deck further on. There's like little ratios you can tweak with it, which I feel is a pretty decent shout to start off with if you're just learning how to play the deck. So let's just get into it in the main deck. So we play 3 dog. So dog is your searcher for any Fluffle or a Edgem Sabers when it's summoned. Main card, you have to see it. Well, you don't have to see it, but it's a really strong card. You want to see it as much as possible because it searches you all the other key pieces apart from Edgem Chain. So this card is 3 of easily. Then we got 3 Fluffle Penguin. Now I'm back and forth with this card. I like it at 2, but I also like it at 3. So what it does is, while it's on the field, you can special summon a Fluffle from hand, not once per turn. Oh, it's a soft once per turn. And then if it's used for a fusion summon, you get to draw 2 cards and discard 1. So it helps keep on filtering out your hand. It special summons one of the guys from hand, so you can try and fill up your board quite quickly with things like go penguin into dog, dog searches, and you can make a cross sheep. And then you can do those replacement there because cross sheep is such a help to this deck. So you can play it at 2, you can play it at 3. I like 3 just because I like having more Fluffle names in the deck to hit with Toy Vendor. But you can easily play this at 2 and it's fine. Then I play 1 owl. So what owl does is when it's summoned, it searches for a poly. Or while it's on the field, you can pay 500 life points and use it as poly. So it gets around things like Imperial Order and Anti-Spell. It's a hard once per turn as well, so you can only choose to use one of the effects per turn. Then we go 3 bear. Bear is another main card in this deck. This guy searches your Toy Vendor from deck, basically. It sets it to the field. So it does play around things like Droll and all that. And it comes up occasionally, but when it's on the field, you contribute it to then add a poly from grave back to hand. So that's always nice to have a versatility of that. Then we got 3 wings. So wings is one of your main pieces of draw power in the deck. So what it does is, if it's in your graveyard, you can target a Fluffle in your grave, banish. While you control a Toy Vendor on the field, banish it. You get to draw a card, and then you can choose to draw another card by sending the Toy Vendor from your field to grave. So you get to draw 2 cards and get a search out of Toy Vendor as well, which is a very key part of this deck, just to make sure you have a lot of resources to do your fusion summoning, because fusion summoning as a mechanic is very neg in nature. So things like wings and penguin to help out, just to refill your hand, refill your resources, it comes up a lot. Then there's one more Fluffle card. I've got Proxy Foot right now, but it's Fluffle Sheep. So what it does is, if you control a Fluffle, you can special summon from your hand, and then you can bounce a Fluffle from your field back to hand to then summon a Edgem monster from your hand or grave. So it's just there as a extender where you can search it off a dog, then you can make a link to play. It's a decent card, 1 of at most. You can search it through Toy Vendor and dog, so that's nice. So now we've got the Edgem cards. We've got 3 chain and 1 sabers. So Edgem Chain, when it gets sent to a graveyard, you get to search any Fight for a card. So your Patchwork and your Fight for a Fusion. And it's whenever it gets sent to grave. So it could be from just fusion summoning work, you can do it from deck if you wanted to. It's quite versatile, and it also has an effective, if it attacks, you get to search for a copy of itself. So if you attack with this, you get to search the other copy, which doesn't come up hardly any, but it's a option. And then Sabers is here because it is a major requirement in some of your best fusions, but you only need 1 copy of it because it continuously comes back from grave. It's a once per turn, but you should only need it at once. So then into the spells, we got 3 Toy Vendor, the namesake in the deck. You should draw power. It special summons monsters from your hand, and it also searches when it gets sent to grave. This card is so vital in the deck. It searches any Fluffle or Edgent Sabers from your deck when it gets sent. So its effect is you draw a card, or you discard a card for cost. You draw a card, you reveal it to your opponent, and if that card is a Fluffle monster, you can then summon any monster from your hand. So in things like, if you was playing a large Kaiju package, you can just summon out a Jizukiru, which is a pretty decent sized body, or you can just summon out Dog, you can summon out a Chain. Any monster in your hand, summon that for free. And it also has a second effect, what I said, search as well. And to complement that, we got 3 Foolish Barrel Goods. You need this search off of Vendor a lot. You can play this at 2, but I am a big advocate of consistency, which is a very big mainstay in half of my decks. Half of them are just for fun. But this card gets you a Vendor, which then Vendor then gets you your Dog or your Penguin or your Bear or whatever you need. And when the new support gets released in the, I think it's called Rise of the Duelist, the new Fluffle support, which is Dolphin, Recover, Fight for Recover I think it's called, and Dolphin. Dolphin, Whale, Scythe, and Recover. Or this is a new Fight for a spell. Once you get that, this plus your Dolphin or a Penguin is the full Bahamut Shark and Toad combo, which also sets up your Wings in Grave with a Fluffle in your grave and a Toy Vendor in your field, which is a really strong play, and you make your Toad in your full summon so you can't get Nibiru either. So then we play 3 Patchwork. It's an amazing card in this deck. It's a +1, searches for a Edge Imp, a monster, and then a Poly. Helps you fusion summon so much. Because you search Chain, fuse off the Chain, or just send it off a Toy Vendor, search this card, fight for a fusion. So this is a Miracle Fusion for the deck. You can make your Wolf attack 8 times, or make your Tiger attack destroy 5 cards on the field. It's really good. I've been playing around with it at 2, because there's been many times where I wanted the second one if I can't kill them on my first attempt. But it's searchable, and you normally just need one. When the new support comes out, I might be thinking about putting up to 2, but we'll see. Then, since it's a fusion deck, you need 3 Polymerization. Not much else to say, it's just Poly. Helps you fusion summon all your monsters. Then the last fusion spell we play is Instant Fusion. I'm not playing the Super Polys because I feel that they're not going to be too good this format. This invisible format. It'll be okay against things like Shadow and Volt, which will probably be the best deck. But any deck that does Bust the Whelp combo with the Union Carrier, it just doesn't do much against. So I was thinking just leave it out and just putting cards to out that instead of playing Super Poly just to break boards, which the deck does well enough anyway. So this is in here to make your Bahamut Shark Toad combo. So this plus Penguin is Bahamut Shark Toad, and if you got a extender you can go further and make your Cross Sheep and then do it that way, which is still viable, it just needs an extra extender. A solid card. I just went to 1 but I had to. Then we play 3 Call by the Grave because we can't play through any sort of interruption via hand traps. If you go first you need your combos to go off, and this deck hard loses to draw. There's been one time which I played through draw and I still lost because I had a beautiful hand, but this deck just needs to search and draw because it is very resource intensive with fusion summoning, because you're using 3 cards to make 1 monster, and that is very in card advantage, so that's why you need to keep on bringing more resources from your deck and your grave back to hand. And basically what I'm saying is that you can't play through draw. You just can't. So that was the main deck. I got 5 spaces left, and I was thinking what the format would be like. So I was thinking Nibiru, I was thinking playing 5 hand traps, but I came up with playing 3 kaijus and then 2 cosmic, because these all sort of kill the threat which is coming up in the next format. So this is for the Buster Whelp mainly, but you can also hit things like Orcus Babble. You can target a Salmon Great Roar or a Rage. Against Mystic Mine you have it out. It's a very versatile card in that sense, and worst case scenario, if your opponent is playing Burning Abyss and no traps at all and no spells, you can discard this off of Toy Vendor, so it's not a dead card basically, or you can just set it as a bait. At the end of the day, it's a card which your opponent has to play around if you go first. So it's a decent card in that sense. I think we're playing 3, but I prefer the kaijus, which are a lot more versatile in that sense, because it does deal with the Buster Whelp combo, because you kaiju will card it was equipped to, then the Whelp goes away and now you can access your extra deck. This also outs Infinite Negate board. I'm not sure if it's viable still with Tiger getting banned, but these are really strong. Outs Winder, outs Appaloosa if you need to. It's just really solid spot removal, and I'm a big fan of just kaijus in general. So main deck is 40 cards, so it goes the extra deck. You play 2 Kraken. Really solid card. What it does is once per turn you can, soft once per turn, send a monster your opponent's side field to grave by targeting it. Then this card can't attack directly this turn, and this guy can make 2 attacks per turn. And at the end of the battle phase it has a Dante effect where it just changes to defense. I believe that is an optional effect as well. Yeah, so it's an optional effect to change to defense. So we play 2 Sabertooth. I can't find my second one, so we've got a proxy for now. Sabertooth revives a Fright Fur from grave when it's summoned. It boosts all your Fright Furs by 400, and if it is summoned using 3 or more materials, it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. So it's really nice. There's a combo where you can make your Kraken, send a card, Sabertooth, bring back the Kraken, send another card, and then you overlay these 2, which is really strong in my eyes, because they both have weights. So it's a really nice card. Very expensive as well for what deck this is. Then we play 2 more Fight for Fusions. We play a Fight for Tiger and a Fight for Wolf. Wolf, its effect is you can attack the amount of time. Well, you can attack the amount of times equal to the amount of fusion materials it was used. So if you use Fight for a Fusion and then you banish 8, this guy can attack 8 times, and it kills people so often where you get down to a simplified game state and then you just drop this with like 3 or 4 attacks, and that is just game. And then Tiger, when it's similar to Wolf, but instead of attacking that amount of times, it destroys that many cards on the field, or up to. And then all your Fight for monsters gain 300 attack for each Fight for monster you have. So if you got this plus this, and then like a Sabertooth on field, which doesn't happen often, but you can get it there. So these all gain 900 from Tiger, and Sabertooth boosts up by 400. So that's 1300, so this guy is on 3/3, and he can attack multiple times, which just ends games so quickly. Which, all these cards just stupid in their own right. So we've got Mud Dragon as our last fusion. It's there for the instant fusion, just to summon this, then overlay with the Hermit Shark. You can also side deck Super Polys, because it's a very indecent Super Poly target, and it does out some boards which Starving Venom and Dracus the Pyro just can't. Then into the links we got a Cross Sheep and Masquerena with a Phoenix as our link 2s. So Cross Sheep is there because it gives Fluffle so many pluses by fusion summoning. Masquerena is here because Fluffle struggled to put a decent turn 1 board up until the new support comes out. So that's there just to go into a Unicorn or go into Appaloosa if you need to. Then you got your Phoenix, just a spell and trap removal, which is really generic. Then we've got the Unicorn for the Masquerena because sometimes you do need that one piece of interaction. Then we play Appaloosa for our last monster. It's just negates, which this deck needs. There's no other card in the game who can do what she does properly. Then for Xyz we play the Toad, the Bahamut Shark, and a 38. So I decided on the 38 because I'd rather go first. Like when I want to make my rank 8 plays, I normally go I'm being made to go first, or I choose to go first depending on what deck I'm playing against. And making a Saber to bring back a Kraken and an overlay for this, it gives you that other piece of interaction which you may need. A other choice for this would be a Dingesu, which is better going second because it sends a card and protects your whole field twice, which is really nice, which after a bit of testing I may choose to change that, but come the new support, 38 is a mainstay of the deck because you can consistently make it when you go first. Bahamut Shark and Toad, Penguin plus Mud Dragon equals that of a combo. Toad is a stupid card, it's been put to 1 for a good reason. It shouldn't have been, but it just... Toad is probably the strongest, probably one of the strongest negates in the game. It really is. As a once per turn negate. Because you negate, you destroy as an Omni negate, and then you get to take the card. And then it also recycles itself if need be, or you can add back a Penguin, or if you want to add back a Bahamut Shark, but you're never going to do that. So that was the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything you want to ask about the deck, or anything you'd recommend, because I want to try and improve this deck as much as possible to try and help you guys get into the competitive scene with which I class as a role deck, this format. Master 5 helped this deck so much. I didn't do a side deck for this profile because the meta just isn't defined because there's no events on. Once events start happening again, I'll be doing more side decks in these deck profiles, but until then, just go do main deck and extra deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Apologies for the longer video. I like to be quite thorough, and I also struggle with some of the words. So let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you guys later.